What is going on, everybody? Man, it has felt way too long since I've actually recorded a video. As you guys know, I do new videos every other week, but the past 3 videos I've put out were all recorded like back to back to back, so it's been probably like 2 months since I've recorded a video, and that has felt like way too long. With it being that long since I've recorded, I feel like there's just so much to catch up on. But before we get to the catching up chit chat, let me tell you why you guys and why we're all here today. So 3 videos ago, I believe we tried fixing Bryson's, he's got this squeaking coming from his wheel well. While yes, it is some upper control arm, just lubrication needing, the wheel arch behind his reservoir mount is not cut the best. It's a little jagged, so it's rubbing against the back. That's some metal on metal rubbing. So that video was us trying to diagnose what that squeaking noise was, because there were a few things. We finally got down to figuring out it was metal on metal rubbing with the wheel arch that they tried cutting but didn't cut enough against the back of the reservoir mount. So my temporary solution for the time being was put like a felt pad behind it, and it worked, but it only worked for like 3 days. Apparently the rubbing on that was so aggressive, it just chewed straight through that felt pad in like 3 days and it started rubbing again. So what we're doing today is actually trying to trim some of that metal back a little bit so it's not rubbing on the reservoir mount. So I kind of left it up to Bryson on this one to go buy the tools that were necessary, do all the research, figure out what we need, and figure out what we got to do. So this video is kind of out of my hands. It's all his ordeal right now. I'm just here to record and help. So I hope he's got the right tools. We are on our way to go get some jack stands right now because we don't have jack stands. Originally Garrett was supposed to pull up and help, and he was going to provide the jack and jack stands, but he was having some medical issues, I suppose, so he can't. So I'm gonna go buy some jack stands, and we have a high lift jack for the Jeep, which we're gonna try to use on Bryson's side steps and hope to God we don't rip them off. So that's kind of where this video is heading today. I'm gonna go pick up the stuff at the store, go back home, wake up Sleeping Beauty, and we'll try to get started on this and hopefully done before he has to leave for work, or else he's gonna have to take my truck. Also, sorry if I look super dead, super tired, like in the face right now, or I'm actually just kind of off today, but I am in the midst of finals in my last semester of college. So I've just been doing a lot of work this past week, and I have more stuff to do this week, and then I'm done with school. Done. So, been a little busy, but I still got to stick to my every other week new video schedule for you guys. So we're getting this one done here today so you guys can have a new video. Alright, I'm pulling up to Lowe's right now, so I'll just catch up with you guys once we have the jack stands acquired, and we'll move on from there. Okay, we have acquired the jack stands. Like I said 2 videos ago when we did Chad's long travel Tacoma, I don't have like a jack that can lift my truck in my truck, so if I get a flat, I have the full-size spare, I just have no means of changing it. So when I was in that aisle, they had some bottle jacks there, and it was really tempting. Another downside to all this finals work being super busy is that I have neglected washing this for so long. It's probably been like 3 weeks, maybe a month since I washed it last, and it is filthy. Windows, everything. I don't think it's been this dirty in a while. So I gotta wash her someday soon. But speaking of washing, actually, I gotta do my plug. Guys, I'm doing a giveaway right now up until I hit 500 subscribers. Once I reach 500 subscribers, I will be picking a winner of a car wash bundle that I picked out myself. Certain products that I use and that I love from Detail Garage in Montclair. It's all Chemical Guys products. So I'll throw up the post around here somewhere. Just head over to the Instagram, go follow the 4 simple rules to get entered, which is like the post, comment 3 other friends that you think would like winning, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And it's simple as that. You get entered, no charge or anything, and I'll ship it out to you guys if you're not local. So go get entered to that if you guys want to win a free car wash bundle. That's my plug. I want to give back to you guys who actually subscribe and, you know, follow up on all the videos and everything, because it means a lot to me. So I want to give back to you guys. All right, so we got the jack stands, and I also picked up some wheel chocks just because, you know, eventually we'll probably need them. And the truck's ready to be worked on. We just got to go wake up Bryson so we get started on this and finish before he has to go to work. I'll just show you real quick what it is we're working on today if you haven't seen the other video. If you haven't seen the other video, go check it out. It's kind of like a prequel to what we're doing today. But basically, you know, you have your mount for your remote reservoir, and it starts to taper off, gets really narrow right to about here where this is wrapped around. But this wheel arch right here is what they tried cutting and didn't cut quite enough on the driver's side for sure. I don't know about this side. So we're gonna kind of take the mount off, get behind it, and start trimming away. Also, if you're new to the channel and you were seeing some of the things in the background, like, come on guys, we got dirt bike content, we got Jeep content, not as much. I actually need to take this out to the trails. We got truck content, maybe mountain bike content coming soon, but all off-road stuff. So if you were contemplating subscribing and you're into off-roading, you might as well just do it now. Oh my God, and how can I forget, aside from trucks, Jeeps, dirt bikes, mountain bikes, we also do UTV content, LASD Motorsports race team. Okay, so Bryson's up now, he's coming down, he's getting dressed and everything, coming down, and then we'll get started on this. I think it's gonna be a very tedious process because to get those, to get the reservoir mounts off, we have to go through the same exact process that we did when we were putting on the sway bar relocation kit. So we have to go under the truck, take off the whole sway bar, the relocation kit and everything, because that's all bolting the reservoir mount to the truck. So we got to get all that off. While we wait for him to come down, we'll just start unpackaging stuff and just chat it up a little bit, because like I said, it's felt like forever since I made a video and I miss you guys. So something that you probably don't know, I might have explained it in like one video, but unless you've been watching all of them, you're probably not going to know. But my long-term goal for this channel is obviously start with the off-road stuff, build a nice big following base of off-road enthusiasts, but then once I get that big following base, I wanted to start to dabble in I want to start to dabble in cars and stuff, because I'm an auto enthusiast, so I like more than just off-roading. I like JDM, I like American Muscle, I like, you know, track stuff, drifting stuff, street stuff, and all that. So I'd want to build that big following base with off-road, and then try to introduce all of you off-road people to the car scene if you're not already, you know, a fan of it, and try to bring those two together, because I mean, we're just one big automotive family here, and I think that's cool. But what makes me really excited is one of my favorite YouTubers, TJ Hunt. You've heard me talk about him before. I saw him out in the desert when he was drifting. He's starting to kind of implement that whole plan of bringing everybody together, because in this past month, he's been building an insane side-by-side track at his house, and he's getting in, I shouldn't say getting into, because he used to off-road before he started the YouTube channel, but he's getting into off-roading more seriously. He had Blake Wilkie help him build that whole track in his backyard. So he's been working with Blake Wilkie this past month and doing insane, crazy side-by-side stuff with him. He's bought pit bikes, he bought a new Razor, he's building the track, he's restoring his original dirt bike that he had when he used to ride. And his last video he dropped was just so much fun to watch, because it's really bringing those two communities together, and it's nice seeing other people start to experience the fun of off-roading. So I'll probably link that video either at the end or in a card in the top, but you guys should go check that out. Go check out his page, because I think he's going to be coming out with a lot of cool off-road content in the next few months. I mean, I'm a big fan. I wouldn't say a big fan, but Harbor Freight's got some pretty nice deals. Like, come on, you have to admit it. Harbor Freight's got some nice deals. But I couldn't bring myself to buy a Harbor Freight jack stand after all those memes and reports of like their jack stands giving out and dropping the whole vehicle and stuff. So I actually had to go a little more reputable than Harbor Freight. But hey, they do make some good stuff. My orange ratchet straps, I bought these like 4 to 6 years ago at Harbor Freight, and I still use them till this day. It was a 4-pack for $8, and I've used these so many times on things as heavy as couches, solid wood, 6-foot bears. Like, these things held up. But I couldn't get myself to get the jack stands. Well, in addition to sawing up the wheel well a little bit, Bryson wants to take care of the other squeaking, which is almost definitely his upper control arm rubber bushings. So he got a grease gun. He lost the grease, trying to find the grease. He found the grease. He got an electric cutoff tool from Harbor Freight. You're just talking about Harbor Freight. And the discs, what do we got here? 40 grit. Okay. I don't know if this is right, but we'll try it out. We'll see if it works. Okay, so now with the skid plate off, we can reach the sway bar mounting point. We have the actual mounting bracket, the relocation block, and then underneath it, that little strip of metal right there, it's the whole remote reservoir bracket bolted underneath all this, going all the way up the side. So we gotta take everything off to get to that. Aside from a jack and jack stands, Garrett was also supposed to bring power tools, which would have made this process a whole lot easier. And we got two.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Well, that's too damn bad.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Oh, no. You finish your side first. You can't leave halfway through the job for a breakfast burrito. Well, I finished my side while this dude's going for a breakfast burrito. But essentially, after you get all those layers off, now we have the remote reservoir mount off. Ah, it got in my eye.
That's what she said.
Okay, with this now off, let's head topside and look at what I've been talking about, the metal that we're gonna have to trim down today. Right here is where the mount would go, and it's up hitting right here where this jagged metal is. Essentially, we just have to trim this back a little bit to a lot more. I don't know why. It looks like he flared it out, the guy who installed this kit. Now, to reach this with the tool, we honestly probably don't need to jack the truck up whatsoever, but to get that whole tool in here, I think the upper control arm is gonna kind of be in the way, so it's gonna help once we droop this out a bit to push it down a little more. And it's gonna help getting the tire off so we have more room to get up in there and maneuver. Plus, we already bought the jack stand, so we might as well use them. And I'm honestly very curious to see if the high lift jack can work on his side steps. Yeah, there's no way I'm having this burrito break having bitch getting away from doing his work. Well, while he does that, we have to do a moment of silence for my man Ken Roxon for not winning Supercross this year. He had a good stride in the beginning, he really did. But he started to lose it in around the second half, or the last third. I'd say around round 10 is when I called it. I was like, nope, he's not pulling this off. But congrats to Cooper Webb for pulling it off, and Tomac for holding top 3. So, okay, well, while he's getting those off, we are gonna come over here and we are gonna steal the high lift jack from the Jeep. See, now, high lift jacks look so cool, but my problem with them is the fact that the paint job on them was so terrible that after one use, you can see like all the way up there, you can't see. Like all the way up this thing, as it started going up, the inside of this would just start ripping paint off, like it would just flake off. It wasn't like scratching it aggressively, it just flakes off everywhere, and now there's like rusty spots all over this thing and it just looks ugly. I know I can repaint it, but for having bought a brand new high lift jack, I'd want it to have a paint job that lasts, you know? Like this hasn't been on for years, it's brand new, and after one use of like the first week of getting it, it just starts chipping paint all over the place and rusting. So that's a little disappointing. I kind of wanted an actual jack for this, but this is all we got. So we're trying not to hit the side of the truck while doing this. Ooh, see, it just sucks it straight in. We have the reservoir mount dismantled. We have all this extra room now. Control arms drooped out, so we're good there. But if we look on the back, you can see the felt that I put on in that last video. You can see it ate right through the felt. And on the back side, you can see where it's scraping. that little silver patch right there, if it comes up on camera. Like, could you imagine if like monkeys had this? Okay, so we got this felt pad off, and this is essentially what it did to it. It literally just ate straight through it in like a few days. And in other news, I thought it would be a good idea. Well, see like how the metal is coming out like this and then it's bent up. So Bryson wanted me to cut through kind of like between these two, so the whole little part that was bent up would just snap off and be gone. It'd be a clean cut. So I'm there sawing, it goes in, and then I stop, and it's pretty cut deep in, so I try to grab the top and snap it off. And I guess the kinetic heat just went all the way to that, and it was a very, very sharp corner that I didn't see. It was like behind of where I was grabbing. So I put my finger down on it to try to push it in, and it's so hot and sharp that it goes straight through my glove's finger, straight into my finger. So this is fun. This is fun, right? We're having fun. Okay, so between all the trimming and Bryson bending it back kind of more straight, I think we'll clear it now. It's mostly right here in this arch, so we'll see. The only concern is it might hit here again, but I guess the best thing we could do is paint it, put everything back together and have him drive on it for a few days and see if he gets any more of the rubbing sound or what. It's nice. We got this metal paint. It's actually working a lot better than I was expecting. Watch out, watch out, watch out. You're just touching up everything, aren't you? Picasso. He's the Picasso of trucks. Well, this is our first time using a grease gun, and that's honestly one of the most fun things to use, to be honest. Yeah. It was actually kind of funny. Well, hopefully this takes care of all your squeaking, but we're about to find out. So we got everything in the wheel well put back together, tire on and everything. So to grease these, all we had to do was loosen the through bolt, so there was a little bit of room between the rubber bushing and the upper control arm itself, and then just pump each side full. Okay, it's gonna be a bit noisy because of the leaf blower next door, but I don't think that's stopping anytime soon. So anyways, we have the remote reservoir mount, the sway bar relocation kit, and the sway bar all reconnected on both sides. I didn't show it because we already have a video on that. If you wanna know how to do this, or if you wanna know more about the sway bar relocation kit and why you need it, go check out that video. But now all we have to do is throw the skid plate on, and this whole project is done. Okay, so Bryson just took it out on a test drive, and I didn't hear any squeaking when he was leaving. Maybe a very little bit, but we didn't lubricate up the passenger side upper control arms. So everything else is fixed. It sounds great. He came in, he said he didn't hear any squeaking except the same thing I heard, just a little bit from the passenger side. And I even pushed on the top of the remote reservoir, and there's a lot of space in there now before it hits. Before it was just solid. Like, I'd push it and I'd already feel the metal, but now it's got some play in it, so we fixed that problem. It's all painted. It's not gonna rust. The upper control arm on the driver's side is lubricated. We'll do the passenger side probably tomorrow, another day, but all in all, very great day of fixing stuff. It all got done. It all worked out very well. And let me just say, it feels great to be back making videos for you guys. So if you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, and please subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. I'm trying to reach 500 so I can do this giveaway for you guys. Go get entered in that, and check out another video if you're new here. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.